here's all the books that I read in the first quarter of the year, so January, February, March. I know this is coming out late. Shh, it's fine. Okay, so this is not quite in order purely because I just want to talk about this all in one go. But first I started off reading One Piece Volume 3, and then I ended up reading into One Piece Volume 16 in those months. I love it. One Piece is so cute. It's just about this kid who wants to be the king of the pirates. And it's just a little goofy mission of him having to find what's called the One Piece, which would crown him king of the pirates. It's just a really cute little found family right now. They're gathering people. He's gathering people to be on his crew and all of that. I like the first arc better. I currently made it to, I finished the East Blue arc, and I like the second arc better. No. I like the first arc better so far. The second arc, okay, one thing too, also side tangent, not to disappoint people, but I am disappointed in Chopper. He got hyped up for me, and then I met him, and I don't really particularly care about him, and that is unfortunate, because I wanted to really like him, and I thought I was going to really like him, and then he was okay. And I'm sad about that. Favorite characters, Zoro. Yeah, but who is he's not? Yeah. I really wish Sanji wasn't, like, kind of a perv, because Sanji probably would take the cake, but he's just, come on, man. Come on, man. Okay, and then next I read What It Means to Be Protestant by Dr. Gavin Ortland. I watched some of his YouTube videos, and I read the book. It's not that much more comprehensive than what's on his videos. So I just kind of want it to be more thorough than it. Not that it's not thorough, but like I want more from the book than was there. Otherwise, it was good. I don't know how to really review non-fiction books, so whoops. Okay, and then I read volume 11 of Vinland Saga. I have been loving Vinland Saga. It's by far the best manga series I've read. Vinland Saga follows this kid named Thorfinn, who wants revenge after the death of a loved one. And there's this one turning point in Vinland Saga, and that makes it one of the best. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Please. It's really good. Yeah, it's my favorite. I think it's also Vikings. That would be another probably good thing to say. So, but oh, and then this volume, if you have read it, let's see if I can say anything without spoiling what's happening. Oh, it follows, what is, oh, this is so cute. What's his face? The kid who fights with a spear, he fights with Thorfinn. That's what happens in this volume. That was really cute. I loved that. I really like Vinland Saga, man. Vinland Saga, yeah, I'm not making intelligible sentences, but it's really good. Go read it or watch it. Okay, next I read the majority of this book last year, but I finished Moby Dick by Herman Melville. The Obsession, listen, I don't know, if you're like me and you haven't read any classics, right? Don't start with Moby Dick. Why did I start with Moby Dick? I don't know, but let me tell you something, I loved it, okay? So, like, I know that a lot of people, would not be their cup of tea, because it's the pacing, throw it out the window. Okay? But his writing, the prose is really good. It's like kind of almost magical. It's really good. My favorite character is Starbuck. Oh, it's just so good. It's just so good. Yeah. See, that's the thing is I don't think, if I'm like, go read Moby Dick, I don't think a lot of people are gonna like it. But I loved it. Yes, I kind of want to do a video just on it, but I don't know if I can gather my thoughts well enough to actually have a full-length video talking about Moby Dick. Oh, but it was just really good. I love it. The Obsession is strong. I literally have bought 2 copies of it since reading it. So that's fun. And then I think after I finished Moby Dick, I read a bunch more One Piece, and that's where we got like volumes like 6 through 16. And then I read the contrast between, oh yeah, I finished Moby Dick, and then I read The Loop by Ben Oliver. This book was a trip. It starts off with this kid in prison in what's called The Loop, and The Loop is this high security, don't get out of jail free card, awful prison, and it's a dystopian book, and it has basically every single dystopian trait from, like, you want, it has everything. It's ridiculous, but it was also kind of fun. A bit too much swearing for me, but it was I had a great time. It was something, man. It was hilarious. Okay, next up, I finally finished Babel by R.F. Kuang. This book was interesting for me because it's like, I have a love-hate relationship with this book, because at the same time, I think it's pretty good. It's like every aspect of it, I think is either really good or really like, like, I love the magic system, and the setting. Those are really good. And then the characters, again, are either really good or really bad. Like, most of the side characters, most of, what's his name? Mao. Most of Robin's friends, pretty one-dimensional. They're all the same. Okay, they're not really, but they kind of are. It's just a bit of a, I wanted more from the character. I wanted to care about them, and instead they're like, oh, these people, they grew and they were friends, and their friendship became more friendshipy. And they're just telling you that we're supposed to like them and that they're great friends. They're not showing you that, like, these people are going to care and love each other. They're just, like, talking about them being friends instead of actually showing it. But then it's like, then there's characters like Griffin and Lovell, I don't know how to say his name, the professor. Man, the guy who's a jerk. He sucks, but he's a really well-written character. Griffin, I think, is also a very well-written character. And then, funny enough, I never really liked Robin until Robin ended up kind of becoming a case study in his own book, and that was really interesting. The plot ends up being good. The beginning of it, it's a bit, I think once the time jumps stop happening and you just get, like, story to the end of the story, pacing-wise, plot-wise, that was good. But, and then just some of the discussions were like, what are you doing here? And then some of it was really good, and everything, everywhere. I'm so, like, part of it was really good, and part of it was meh. And that's, yeah. I don't know. It also did in the book's defense, it took me ages to read this. Mostly because the first half of the book, and there's two very distinct halves of the book, which is very funny to me. The first half of the book, I think it time jumps so much, and then something about the way she writes makes it so that it's almost like you're seeing the characters, but you're not, like, in the story with the characters. Until that second half of the book happens, and I think it might mostly, honestly, have to do with the time jumps. Until the second half of the book happens, and then you're there with the characters. But I could totally see people either loving the second half and hating the first half, or loving the first half and hating the second half. I think I ended up giving this, like, 3 stars. I don't know, because I'm confused. So, there's that. I guess I'll give a little bit of a TBR for next quarter. I've already read a volume of Naruto. And then I'm currently reading The Scourge, which is a little middle grade book. That's cute. I'll finish that. I'm also reading a man called Ove by Frederick Bachman. That's somewhere in the house. I should also finish that. And then I'm currently reading, currently reading The Tale of Genji. This I don't think I'll finish, considering it's, you know, over 1,000 pages, over 1,100, yeah. It's a lot of pages. I picked this up on a whim because it was thick and it was translated and that sounded cool. And then the next books, we'll see. I have a little TBR planned out, but I don't know how much I'll follow it, but I can say that real quick. Because next up after I finish The Scourge would be Kingdom of Characters. This is a nonfiction about the Chinese written language. And then I have The Raven King, which is a printout of a webtoon that I've liked. So I've technically read what's in this, but I'm going to read it again because I got the physical book, and so now I can read that. And then if I'm sticking to the order, I should probably be able to get through also Orange and Dead Astronauts by Jeff Vandermeer, but that depends on if I actually read. If I want to go more heavily, I'm trying to finish The Tale of Genji. I probably won't read much more than that this next quarter, but yeah. These are all of the books I read / finished in January, February, and March.